Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Gypsy Hustle, also known as the Tarot Snob. Thank you so much. Today we are doing your May Tarot 3-card reveal. Again, that's for the month of May 2020. This is for all signs. What we're going to be doing today is having you focus on a particular card. This is going to be pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Again, 1, 2, and 3. And we will reveal the contents of it, and that is your message for the month of May. What I have here is a little bit of Oracle, and I have a spread from 2 different tarot decks. I also have a couple of crystals here to draw in a little bit of that energy. So what I want you to do now is just pick a card, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to close your eyes and focus. You don't have to take breaths in and out. You don't have to meditate or anything like that. Just simply whatever is sticking out to you, whatever number you're hearing in your head, 1, 2, 3, whichever pile you can kind of see that's sticking out to you, just go for that one. Also, if you are kind of being drawn to 2 different ones, that's fine. I always like to say sometimes your sun sign sends messages, and sometimes your rising sign sends messages. So you may hear, there may be something for your sun sign and something from your moon sign. I am a Virgo sun, and I'm also a Gemini moon. So a lot of times when I see other 3-card reveals, I am drawn to 2 different decks for that reason, because those are 2 different opposites. A Virgo and a Gemini, you know that those are opposites. So sometimes I'm drawn to multiple piles. So if that is you today, it's okay. Again, you don't have to do a deep focus, just whatever one is hollering at you. 1, 2, 3. Just go ahead and let's just go ahead and pick one, and then let's just go ahead and begin. I'll go ahead and get these turned over. There's a few different messages in each pile, because I feel like there may be something different from for all of you. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're hearing something and maybe it's not resonating, just keep listening, because maybe there's something in there that's going to resonate with you in some kind of way, or the entire pile may make sense to you. I do also have, when I do the Oracle pull, sometimes random cards jump out, and I always feel like that's an extra message, even though it may not be related to your main message. There's just like a, oh yeah, and don't forget this. So I'll be pointing that one out as well. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with pile number 1, then we'll move to 2, and then 3. And I've got Citron on pile number 1, so you know that definitely brings in all kinds of wealth and happiness. So first we'll go ahead and start with the Oracle deck, and we have, this is the one that popped out here, so I'm going to leave that right here. But the first one that we have here is Heavenly Signs. I don't know if you can see that. We've got Heavenly Signs there, and then we also have Support. Okay, so let's start there. Heavenly Signs, what I'm hearing right now is that a lot of you are actually getting signs that you're possibly ignoring, or you may not even realize it's a sign. How many of you have been seeing multiple numbers, or I should say repeated numbers? 111, 222, 333. You're seeing 999, 444, 555, or there may just be a number that's significant to you. For me, that number is 813. I see that number everywhere. I've already done the research. I know what 813 means to me, but what number is it that you've repeatedly been seeing out of nowhere? You all of a sudden you see it on receipts, you see it on license plates, you see it on billboards, you see it when you look at the time in the middle of the night before you go to bed. Just randomly you get nudged by an angel to look at the clock. I feel like that the angels are definitely sending you a sign. So what's going on right now in your life? What is it that you are questioning? You know, remember that when you're experiencing those signs, or when you're seeing those multiple numbers, I should say, what is it that you're thinking about? What is it that you're doing at that time? Because that's the angels nudging you, saying, hey, I hear you, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't do this, or yes, do that, or yes, something good is coming, or, you know, we want to answer your questions. We want you to count on us and pay attention to us. So definitely a message here for a lot of you to pay attention to those signs. And it's not just numbers. I mean, it could be feathers. It could be words that are suddenly popping up. You know, you keep hearing the word butterfly all of a sudden, you know, 3 or 4 times a day the word butterfly comes up, or just some random word like machine or something weird that comes up. You know, it keeps coming up daily on TV or in conversations or things like that. So pay attention to those signs and definitely realize that it's your angels calling on you and letting you know, hey, we hear you, we see you, work with us, or count on us, I should say, so that we can work together to, you know, ultimately achieve your goal. Let's look into this as well, because I also see, I should say, I'm also feeling a lot of swords here for pile number 1. So we've got the 3 of swords, 5, and then we have the 2 of swords. Shout out to my little 5 below deck. So a lot of swords here. So that's like a lot of painful energy. A lot of you who selected or were drawn to pile number 1, let's talk about that painful energy that you're experiencing right now. This 3 of swords, first of all, is telling me that there's some kind of third-party energy going on. So I know that some of you might be experiencing some kind of love triangle right now, some kind of heartbreak in love. You're dealing with somebody who's possibly seeing someone else, or you're afraid that they're secretly dating someone else, or there's just some kind of foolishness that's going on. And again, that's why you were drawn to pile number 1. So now you don't know what to do. You're at a crossroads. You don't know which way to go. You know, you don't know, should I stay with this person, or should I leave this person? Should I believe this person, or should I not? You've got a lot of that going on, I feel, right now. And then also you're starting to feel defeated. You also are starting to feel like this is a battle that you're losing. You think you're losing this person to somebody else. For those of you who are not feeling that third-party energy as far as love, this could be as far as work, this could be a friendship, or this could be you. Maybe you're the one that's possibly seeing someone else, and your lover is kind of getting that sense from you. So, you know, basically there is a lot of energy here where you're at a crossroads and you're stuck and you don't know which way to go. And right now is a point in your life where you're like just feeling almost like you don't even want to face it. You know, you kind of have an idea of which way to go, but honestly, you just really don't want to face it. Like you're just, even though you're confused by it, you kind of have an idea and you don't want to make the choice. And that's why you're having this one here. That's why you got the heavenly signs, because the angels are saying, hey, you need to pay attention. We got your back. We need you to pay attention to us. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much heaviness coming from that pile. I'm feeling just like so much hurt, so much pain, so much crossroads, so much I don't know which way to go, you know. And like that heavenly sign here, let's not forget this one as well, because this one is support, you know. And this, I think this is a message from your angel saying, again, look for signs. We support you. You know, you don't have to deal with all this back and forth. We are here and we support you. And then also I think that there's family around you as well that support you, but you're possibly like ignoring it. You know, you've got family around you that's trying to help and they're ignoring you. Or maybe some of you actually need help from family and they're ignoring you. Or I should say you're ignoring your family that's trying to help you, or it's possibly you're reaching out for help and your family could be not seeing that you need help because they're so used to you being strong. So a lot of, you know, a lot of strong heartbreak energy is what I'm getting from those of you who chose pile number 1. Now, let's use this for your advice. And I've got the Justice card here, okay? And then I've got my 6 of Swords here, okay? That's a journey. That's a new journey. That's a journey, and this is about you getting the truth and facing what it is that you need to face and moving forward. So let's start with the Justice card, because again, we've got, let me go back to my 2 of Swords here. This is you not facing the truth, just not wanting to move forward because you're so scared. You don't know which way to go. You're stuck at that crossroads. You kind of know which way to go, but you really don't want to do it. And so we've got the Justice card here as your advice card to say, you need to be honest with yourself and you need to get the hell up out of here. You know, you need to get out of this relationship. You need to leave this job. You need to leave this house. You need to leave this bad situation. You need to leave this bullshit situation. You need to leave this boring situation. Whatever it is, there's something that has got you stuck and going back and forth. And they're saying you need to be honest with yourself and make that change and make that move. So, because again, the Justice card for me is all about, you know, getting truth out, lies being exposed, or, you know, it's about fairness. It's The Justice card can mean several things, but I feel like in this particular reading, it's to say that you need to be honest with yourself and you need to stop hiding from it. And yeah, you're at that crossroads and you don't know which way you're supposed to be going, but you kind of have an idea, but you just don't want to face it. And so that's what the Justice card is all about, is facing that truth. And also means that some of you are got some troops coming as well. Some of you who are dealing with this situation here, because there's several of you who chose several different situations for pile number 1. But those of you who are dealing with this, in May, you got answers coming. I can tell you that right now. In May, you've got answers coming. So come back and see me when that happens, because you've got some answers coming in May. Those of you who are dealing with the bullshit, that person on the side, that's coming. So this represents some distance. So put some distance between you and that person, or you and that situation that you're dealing with. Again, I'm feeling like it's a person, but it necessarily may not be a person. It could be a situation. It could be, like I said, work, home. It could be a family member, a friend. Doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you're dating. But you need to put some distance between you and that bullshit that you're dealing with. Okay? Put some distance between it. Put some social distance between it. See what I did there? But no, put some distance between you and that person. Take a break from it. That way you can clear your mind and watch for those signs, man. Like, watch for the signs. And when that person does something stupid, that's a sign. If you're seeing repeated numbers, that's a sign. If you're seeing feathers, anything, there's heavenly signs all around you. And the guys are saying that they feel like you have been ignoring them. Stop ignoring them. Stop blindfolding yourself. Tell yourself the truth, because you know what it is. And then move forward. Start your new journey. This card also represents starting a new journey. So it's not just this, it's about moving forward and beginning a new journey. You see that this person here is clearly walking away, you know. So if you need to walk away, clear your hair, get some space and come back, maybe. If you need to walk away for good, do that. But for my pile number 1, that's the message that I'm getting. There's some kind of crossroad situation. You don't know what to do next. The guides are saying that, hey, we've been giving you a sign. You've been possibly ignoring it, but we need you to be honest with yourself. And we need you to move forward. We need you to go ahead and put some distance between you and the bullshit and move forward. This was my card that, like I said, I always get a pop-out card that doesn't necessarily relate to the situation, but it's a pop-out oracle card. And this one says, gracefully aging. Gracefully aging. So anybody in pile 1 that's having some problems with aging or getting older or things like that, this is a message, gracefully aging. This one I don't necessarily address right on the video. But if this card resonates with you, please send me a message. Please holler at me on my Instagram page, or please leave a comment or drop down. I'll explain exactly what this means, because this isn't for everybody. This is just for some of my pile oneers, and you know who you are. Gracefully aging, that's a message for you. So we'll talk about that, but that's kind of something that we'll talk about amongst each other, so let me know. All right, so that is pile number 1, and let's move to pile number 2. Okay, so this is pile number 2. Those of you who chose this one, again, I've got the oracle deck here. I've got my oracle cards here, and I've got 2 different tarot decks, and I've got I think I've got a pop-out situation here as well for pile number 2. So let's see what we have here. Let's start with the oracle cards, and the first one that we have is emotions. All right, courage. This is my pop-out here. So emotions and courage. The first thing that popped out to me is that a lot of you need to control your emotions. There's 2 of you. Some of you need to control your emotions, and some of you need to show more of your emotions. And let's talk to the people who need to control it first. Some of you are really, really, really emotional, and that's definitely okay to be emotional. But the guides are saying that maybe you need to pull those emotions back. Don't react to every little thing. Don't let every little thing bother you. Don't let every little thing irritate you. If this is in a workplace, you need to kind of put your emotions in check. Don't let everybody around you get under your skin. If it's in a relationship, yeah, we're all emotional when it comes to our relationship, but make sure you're putting those emotions in check and that you're not harming the relationship. Okay, some of you are not emotional at all. And I feel like some of you need to show a little bit more emotion because your partner is actually looking for that. Your partner wants you to be a little bit more emotional and a little bit more affectionate and just kind of show exactly who you are or what you're thinking. Some of you can be hard as a rock, and I feel like if you were drawn to this pal, that's a message from the guide saying, hey, show your loved one just a little bit more attention. I know some of you sometimes ask me, how can I connect more with my lover? And believe it or not, a lot of us aren't showing our loved one the attention that they want, but they don't know how to tell us. So just kind of remember your emotions. Some of you need to put them in check, but some of you need to actually put them out of check. Some of you need to actually be a little bit more emotional here. And then we have courage as well. And I feel like I'm not going to exactly know what courage is until I flip over some of my other cards here. So let's go ahead with pile number 2. Or I should say spread number 2. This looks really good here. Let's start here. 7 of Cups. Okay, we've got the 7 of Cups. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like there's some kind of message coming soon for you guys. The 2 of Pentacles. Okay, and each pile wasn't the same. Some had more, some had less. This is the Temperance and the 6 of Swords. This was in my first pile as well. Okay, so definitely a new journey here. All right, so I know exactly why we got courage here, because you've got a lot coming up. Pile number 2, you have got so much coming up. I know that we are under strict circumstances where a lot of us are at stay-at-home orders, but you've got so much coming up. The 7 of Cups for me represents a lot of opportunities. This represents a lot of things that are going to be coming to you within the month of May. Now, sometimes when you know, we pulled this card, we know that it means watch out for what's in front of you. You know, sometimes things aren't always what they seem, but I'm not getting that from this. This is not the energy that I'm getting. I'm feeling like you're going to have to make a choice in May, but it's going to be a choice from several great things. Like, I don't know if this is work or not. Maybe we'll see from this one, but I feel like it is partially work, and then also in your relationship as well, you'll have to make some choices, but it's for the good. I feel like there's going to be a lot here that you're going to be juggling, you know. So the 2 of Pentacles usually represents having to make up your mind between 2 things, or juggling a little bit too much, or sometimes this can also represent not knowing which way to go. Because again, I think that May is just going to be such an important month for you because you're going to have so much coming at you. It's going to be a lot for you to handle, but it is in such a good way. Like a lot of you, I've got the Knight here, the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to get a message. You know, I think some of you are waiting to hear back from something or someone. It could be about a job, could be about a house, an apartment, could be a message from a boo, but I feel like there's a message coming this month. I feel like it's a message that you're waiting on. For some of you, it may be a surprise. Well, not anymore because I'm telling you, but for some of you, it might be a surprise. And I feel like that message is going to bring good news. Like this entire pile to me is like, it's like a new journey. It's like something's going to happen that's going to kick off the rest of your year. Like whatever happens in May will spiral into such a good year. It will spiral into all these opportunities. So please make sure that, you know, as May's happening and you think back to this reading, remember how you're going to have more than just one opportunity. You know, you're going to have several, and you're going to end up having to make a choice. So if you could think of anything right now that you're waiting for, that's coming to you, I can confirm that, yes, that keep that energy going because it's coming. Like I just feel such good energy for everybody who chose pile number 2. I see such newness, you know, but I just keep getting the feeling of multiple, like more than one, you know, having to make a choice, you know, having to juggle something, but it's in a good way. Like I don't feel like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. I feel like I got this, I got that. Like I feel like it's in a good way. So for some of you, it's happening now, and you know exactly where I'm going with it. For some of you, it has not happened yet, but beware in a good way of opportunities to come in the month of May. And like I said, I think that there's going to be this May is going to kick off the rest of your year in a good way. May is where the opportunities are going to start. and then spiral into more and more and more opportunities. So yeah, you may be juggling a lot in this month, but it's going to be a good juggle. It's going to be worth it. A little bit of advice here. So we have the Ace of Cups confirming that you've got opportunities coming. You've got the Ace of Wands, once again confirming that May is going to be a good month with opportunities. And then we got the Nine of Swords. So don't get stressed out. Don't stress yourself out because you've got so much coming and you've got to make these choices. Do not stress yourself out. That is the advice here from this spread number 3. Because some of you can sometimes get in your own head. You know who you are. You can sometimes create obstacles for yourself because you're so scared. You're so afraid to move forward. None of that shit in May. Don't do any of that shit. You need to get out of your own head. Don't be up all night thinking about it, all these choices you got to make, because I can tell you right now, whichever way you go is going to work out for you. Now, it's up to you to make the best choice, but whatever you do, left or right, it's going to work out for you. I'm feeling such good energy from this. And then, like I said, this just confirms it. You know, I love aces. Aces for me means you've got a message coming. It means you've got a gift coming. It means you've got an opportunity coming. And then to get to the Ace of Wands is also like a sign. Like if you're questioning something about yourself or something that you're supposed to do, whenever you pull this in one of my readings, that's your spirit's guides telling me to tell you yes. So let's say we do a reading and you're like, hey, should I take this job? If this card comes up, that basically means hell yeah. All right. So if you do readings with me, always look out for the Ace of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards. But yeah, pile number 2, you've got a good month ahead. You do. You've got a lot of opportunities coming and you've got a lot that you're about to juggle. But again, everything that you're juggling is good. So I'm not mad at that. Let's go ahead and finish that one up. Did you guys have a pop out? There was no pop out for you guys. You guys just had the courage and emotion. So I know my pile number 1 had a secret pop out. Pile number 2 did not. Probably because you've got such a good month. There was no extra messages here. The only thing is, don't stress out in May because of all of this good stuff that's happened. Do not worry. You will make the right choice. Don't worry about having to choose between too many things. You're going to make the right choice no matter which one it is. All right, let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and get right into it here. I think that you guys have I think you guys have one of those messages as well, one of those pop-out messages. As I was shuffling, something popped out and flew across the room that necessarily was not related. But all right, so here we have, actually that is my pop-out message. We have, I want to read this one first. I know you can't see it. This one says healing from the past. Okay, healing from the past. And then religion, spirituality. So let's get right into it. Healing from the past. So a lot of you have some traumas that you have to deal with from the past. A lot of you have some trauma and some old emotions, some bottled up feelings. A lot of you have a lot going on that stems from the past. That stems from years ago, childhood, old relationship, your old job, old circumstances, things that you're no longer dealing with, but they still affect you. If you were drawn to pile number 3, it is because it is time to let those things go. Now, I am a firm believer in let that shit go and get over it. But that's because I'm the type that I'm able to let shit go and get over it. I'm blessed in that way. But I know that is easier said than done. I do realize that it's harder for some people to get over things than others. But if you were drawn to this pile, today is the day to start. You can't keep carrying that shit with you. An old relationship, somebody did you wrong, and now you're in a new relationship and you're bringing all that old baggage over to him. Now every time he leaves out, you're worried that he's messing around on you because the guy from 5 years ago did. That's old trauma. That's you having to heal from your past. A bad work experience, now you don't trust the new boss at work, that's a bad work experience. That's a bad experience from your past. If it's a loved one in your life, a family member that has done you wrong or done something that is just unforgivable to you, and now you're an adult and those things are still stopping you from moving forward or being the best that you can be, you have to heal from that. And if you were drawn to this pile, it starts today. It starts directly after this reading, okay? And so we'll get into religion and spirituality. I myself am not religious, But the spirituality part, that's definitely me. So if you are here and you're playing around with tarot cards now, and you're on YouTube and you're looking up readings and you're coming into learning about what all of this shit means, you know, the chakras and the numbers and, you know, the astrology, you're getting into all of that. That's why you were drawn to pile number 3, because the angels are saying, pile it on, keep going, keep learning, keep focusing on that, because that's what's going to help you heal from all this shit in the past that you got carrying around. Okay, go ahead and get your chakras balanced. You know, your chakras right now may not, you know what, I'm gonna get into that, but your chakras right now possibly might not be balanced, but that's something else. So healing from the past and religion and spirituality, it's kind of leading you to say, all of this research that you've been doing lately, or for those of you that have not started, go ahead and start leaning on your religion or your spirituality. So again, that includes collecting crystals. That includes learning more about, you know, tarot. A lot of people are getting more into like African spirituality, things like that. It's saying that, again, if you were drawn to this path, then yeah, it's okay to go ahead and follow that path. You are on the right path. You are doing the right thing, because that's what's going to help you deal with a lot of your trauma, is getting into your religion and your spirituality. Let's keep going here into the second spread. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Wands. Love that card. We've got the Star, because you need to get over it. We have got we've got the 2 of Cups. Okay, and then last we have the Death card. All right, so I want to work here. I want to work on the Star. Let's start here with the Star and the Death card, because in a sense, in this situation, they almost mean the same thing, and I'll tell you how. So we just said that you need to heal from your past, right? Okay, a lot of you got some dramas that you need to heal with, some traumas you need to deal with from your past, right? Okay, and then they say religion and spirituality is going to help you out. Okay, if not that, you need to begin the path to move forward from anything that has harmed you in the past. The Star is saying start planting those seeds today to begin to deal with it. So don't just say, I know I need to get over it, I know I need to get over it, but I can't. No, the Star is saying you need to do what you need to do to really get the ball rolling, to get over that shit. So you need to plant the right seeds. You need to take the right action. So if that includes going to therapy, if that includes talking to somebody, here's my 2 of Cups right here. If that includes talking to a friend, if that includes confronting the person who actually hurt you, because a lot of us didn't get closure from the person that hurt us or the thing that hurt us. We didn't get closure from it, and that's why it's still bothering us. So for those of us who did not get closure, you may have to confront that person to get that proper closure. But whatever you need to do, you need to go ahead and start planting them seeds to get over that shit, because it's time. And that's why we pulled the Death card, because it's time for that cycle to end. The Death card represents a cycle ending. It could mean ending, and it also means a new beginning, which is why I have the 6 of Wands, one of my favorite cards, because the 6 of Wands means success. So in order to get the success that you're looking for in your love life, in your career, your finances, whatever it is, and in order to move forward to what it is that you aspire to do or be, you have to bury those old traumas. Where's mine? You have to get rid of that old shit that's hurting you. And you know what? It may not even be something that's so deep. It may be something that's on the surface. It just may be like an old injury, you know what I'm saying, that you just don't want to nurse or heal. You know, it could just be a house that you lived in, you know, that's, you still got bad memories from that house, or it could just be, you know, it could be a loved one. Whatever it is, the guys are saying you're drawn to pile number 3 because we want you to move forward past that so that you can begin to be the best version of you. Okay. And then, like I said, the Death card means let's get over that cycle and let's begin a new cycle. Because once you end that, once you confront who it is or who it was or whatever it is that did that, once you have the conversation with that person, once you confront that issue head on, whether it's a person, place, or thing, once it's confronted, then you're done. And then you can move on. And then you end up here. Where's my 6 of Where's my six? Oh. Then you end up here. That's the success. So I think a lot of this pile here was about just kind of confronting those issues from the past, but not just saying out loud, I want to heal, I want to move forward, but actually putting the right seeds in place, actually planting the right seeds so that you're able to move forward from that. And here's the advice cards from my last spread here. We've got the Six of Wands yet again. So I'm telling you, once you start to move forward, you'll be successful in whatever it is, because that's harming you, that's hurting you. If it's love, it's career, if it's finance, whatever it is, that's hurting you. That little one thing that you can't get over, or those multiple things you can't get over, it's all hurting you. And in order to move on, and you got to kill it. It needs to die. Those old ways needs to die. And then we have this here. That's where the success is. Same thing. Take action. We all know the Magician means move forward and take action. So yeah, you need to get over it. You know, not to be harsh, because like I said, it's easier said than done. But if you were drawn to this pile, it's because there was some kind of old emotion, some kind of bullshit, some kind of drama, or it could just be a person that you need to get over. You know what I'm saying? This may not be a situation. It might be a person that you need to get over. It might be an old relationship that you need to get over. A lot of times we can't really thrive in our new relationship, like I said, because that other person hurt us so bad. We bring in the bad shit into this relationship. But not all the time is it a bad thing. Sometimes the last relationship was so good to us, we can't get over this person, so we're still in love with this person, and now we're dating somebody new. Yeah, get over it. And get over that last person. You can't be with them. I know you think that person was your soulmate, can't be with them. Sorry. Sorry, it was a karmic lover. I know it felt real. I know it felt like your soulmate and your twin flame. It wasn't. It was a karmic lover. Let that person go, because it's ruining the person that's supposed to be with you. It's ruining the person you're supposed to be with. So that's all included in your traumas. Where's my trauma card at? Healing from the past. You know, it's not all about traumas. It's also about old relationships. You know, I'm hearing that it's like old relationships as well. You know what I'm saying? Not just traumas. My candles are starting to blow out. So, yeah, if you were drawn to pile number 3, it's because you've got to move forward past something, and you will be successful in your love life. You will be successful in your career. You will attract finances, and you will move forward with your religion and spirituality once you let those traumas from your past go. So that is for my my pile number 3s. And also, this was a pop out here. This was a last message, unrelated, but it's dietary change, and you know who you are as well. So for those of you who have been thinking about trying a new vegan diet, new plant-based diet, those of you who are thinking about not just or being vegetarian, some of you are thinking about just eating fish only. Whatever it is that you've been thinking about, you know who you are, because you were drawn to this pile. Talk to me. You can message me, inbox me, whatever, so I can kind of give you a little bit, let you elaborate. We'll elaborate a little bit more on this. Again, you know who you are. That was a pop-out message for you. So that's for my pile number 3ers. So thank you so much for stopping by and viewing this video. Please follow me on Instagram, Gypsy_hustle__. Again, it's Gypsy_hustle. Hustle is spelled Hussle. Every Friday I do free readings on my Instagram page. I do it in my stories. It's free yes or no reading. So if you have a question, make sure you're following that account so that I won't miss your questions. Again, I do it every Friday. I will be doing it on tomorrow, depending on when you view this video. Also, if you have questions for me or want to schedule a reading, tarotsnob@gmail.com is my email. Again, tarotsnob@gmail.com. That's my email. Just send me a message. I'll tell you about pricing and rates and times and all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe, because my ultimate goal is to go live here so that I can give out free readings or do my my readings live. Can't do that shit if I only got Can't do that shit unless I got a certain amount of followers. That's how it works. So go ahead and subscribe there. Make sure you like the video. All that good shit that will make this video pop up to the top. If you, again, have questions, email me. Follow me on Instagram. I think I covered everything. If you have questions, reach directly out to me about this reading, pile 1, 2, or 3, and I can kind of elaborate a little bit more. Thank you so much, guys.